Welcome back, thank you for joining me, and we're going after this expedition. Loading up the vegetable pies and we'll send it on its way. And just behind the expedition is what they brought back last time, so we've got 5 wool already and 1 sheep. I don't know how 1 sheep will breed with itself, but we're looking for that number to increase. We're trying to keep our cows alive, but they keep dying, so we'll work out a way. They're a bit on the edge of the village over there, so maybe they need to go into more of a protected area. Wonder if over here would do. Maybe. Let's build a cow pasture over here and see if they survive over here. Where's the pasture? There we go. Pasture for the cows. Where can we build over here? It's a bit uneven, this land. Here we go. That's a pasture that will do. There we go, big enough for one person to manage. And that'll be fine. So we'll get building that one. Pretty confident there's not as many animals around this area as there are over the other side, so that should maintain the cow problem. We're building our caravan stables over here. We just need let me get that materials window up. There we go. We just need 150 stone, of which we have over 300. We've got all the ore we need. We've got everything we need to build this. We just need to relocate it, so that's great. We can hire a builder to do that, and I know labourers do that as well. We've got over 300 charcoal, so we can reduce the kilner workers down to 2. We've just planted all our fields a little bit late in the day, but we can harvest those as soon as the snowflake symbol appears. And actually, you know those helpful tips that happen every time you load the game? Well, apparently the tip says as soon as you see that snowflake above the field, you need to press the harvest button, and that's here. So we'll do that next time. Just means you maximise the crop before the harvest goes when the winter comes in. Oh, just had a lumberjack die of old age, and we're surviving our. We were attacked by some raiders, but our building survived. Apart from this one, looks a bit wonky, but it looks like it's still. We're still able to use it. So let's see what our bakery's doing. We're not making vegetable pies for some reason because we've run out of eggs. Let's lock the eggs for the vegetable pie making. Our people have gone a bit nuts over the eggs. We've got plenty. Oh, we've got plenty in stock, haven't we, at the coop? And we employed a few more people to help with that. We've got one of my theories was that maybe labourers help to move those resources, but we're not entirely sure. Oh, there we go. We just popped a bear with one of our hunters down here, and actually the hunter took it straight to the barn, so it does help to have a barn in the hunting area. So that's good to know. Got our little shack down here, is it? Yep, our hut. So that's the smallest sort of residential premises you can make. We're building through quite a lot at the moment. We just built the trade fair, which is holding a lot of different goods, which is an interesting building. And we're well on our way to building the caravan stables, but we're a little bit short on labourers and such people, because we've had a few people die. But we've got 49 adults now, and 3 teenagers and 2 babies, so it won't be long before we build up our adult population once more. Locked eggs to make pies, so that's good, but we've got loads of eggs here. Come on, people. Let's move all these eggs out. How the sheep doing? We've got 9 wool now, so I think that has to get up to like 13 or 14, then we'll take the wool into stock, and then we can take the wool into the weaver's workshop and create some warm clothing, which will be very interesting. Oh, and here we go. Oh, let's slow down time. Let's harvest these crops, people. The snowflake sign has appeared very quickly over our fields, so we need to harvest everything in, including you. Yep, there we go. So it basically closes off the growing season. These guys have already harvested, so we'll take them off. These guys are in the process of harvesting. Yeah, so it closes off the growing season, it completes your growing bar, and that means that they start to harvest straight away. We'll see how much of that crop we can get, but we're probably a bit late on for bringing that in. But we've got plenty of stuff. We've got over 900 fruit, which is great. So we must have been already harvesting in the orchard. And already harvesting the oats as well, so we've got 1500 oats. I think we'll cull a few more chickens. Looks like some actions are stopped when you're pausing the game. So we'll get rid of a few more chickens. We've got loads of labourers now. We've got 3 labourers, so we'll just see if that helps to bring a few of the eggs out of the chicken. Okay, we've got no more work to do at the orchard, so let's get rid of them. And the oats, yeah, I think we've gone. Yeah, we've gone below a point where we can harvest things now. So let's get our gatherers back and just slow down time a little bit and just think about our professions. So we'll go 4 builders, 10 labourers, and we'll just increase these mines to 3 each. We've got enough logs, so we don't need any more foresters. Let's get rid of our apiary worker. We'll put someone else on the windmill, and we've got 1 each in our herds. So what are we doing here? We've got 10 wool there. This one's being demolished. We've got 3 there. And have we built something over here yet? No, we're still delivering logs to our new pasture over here for cows that we're hoping will survive. So okay, looking good. We've got the option of hiring someone at the castle smithy again, because we're quite low on tools. And we've got plenty of ore, and we've got plenty of charcoal for making steel, so let's put 2 people on the blast furnace and really get that going. And I think we just need 1 person at the castle smithy, or do we need 2? We can hire 2. Okay, good. So we'll hire 2 at the blast furnace and 2 at the castle smithy to get those tools going again. But yet again, our carpenter saved our skin with these sort of primitive tools that keep things going. We've got the option of hiring another hunter because our meat is going a bit low, and we did build that additional hunting cabin up here, so hopefully that'll make a difference to meat production. And we've got a lot of pies now, but we're still waiting on the vegetable ones. We've got loads of fish pies and meat pies for the next expedition. Waiting on vegetable pies. Let's reduce our number of builders down to 2 and have 3 labourers. Still not really bringing the eggs out, but I'm sure that'll equalise. It might be because we culled so many chickens and they're trying to bring the meat and the eggs out. And we only had 1 worker for a while. Oh, I've lost my stock window again. There we go. And we're locking the eggs anyway for bakery production. So that'll get going again shortly. Building up our flour reserves. We've got enough oats for our chickens now. We've got lots of steel to make our tools. Let's see how this is going. So we've started building the caravan stables, 1 out of 34 build points. Let's add another couple of builders then. I think let's keep 3 people in the stone quarry. We can reduce the clay pit down to 1 person and just maintain those labourers just for moving things around. I think we're on 4 out of 34 build points for our caravan stables, and I think what we'll do next is build the brewery, whatever the specific name of that is in this game. So it's over here, and it's our tavern. Let's lay this down. Where should we put it? Should we put it in our secondary village over here, where we kind of flattened the land already for the pasture that didn't quite work? But it doesn't like it. Should we put it above this field? It's pretty rocky terrain up here. Doesn't like us putting that building down there. We might need to... let's level some land, flatten the ground, and we'll do it in quite a big area. Yeah, and we flatten the ground like that. Okay, we'll do that. We'll see how that goes, and then we can put our tavern down on the newly flattened land. Looks like we're going a bit uphill over here. Oh, look at that fantastic view of our village. Looking good. Big house. No one in the crypt yet. People are going in and out of our trade fair quite nicely. There's a pasture over here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, and we're delivering the logs there and removing a little bit of hay. And not many build points, just 13 build points there to go. Got a few people growing up, so we've got someone grown up and ready to work. Baby has been born and a couple of people ready to study. So we've kept our school going all these years. Here we go, we've got 3 people in the school. They're doing very well. Pretty happy with how the school turned out. We built it a little bit later on than maybe some people would have built it, but we did get that sort of basic infrastructure in already, so I think that gave us a good head start. Ah, wow, we've got 3 sheep. Look at that. Might need to end up employing a few more people in this pasture after a while. And I'm just looking at our hay supplies. So we've got over 1,000 hay, and we've got 1 field with sheep in, and 1 field hopefully soon with cows. So that will start to use up our clay, so we need to really think carefully about our hay production next year. But we made a whole load of flax for clothes, so we won't need to use that field for flax. Let's do that for grass. Click the OK button to activate it, actually. For next year anyway. No workers in there yet though. Oats, potato and potato. Got 1,392 oats and a whole ton of eggs. Still no eggs in stock, but we've just had some wool come in stock, so I'm going to change over the production at our weaver's workshop to warm clothing, and let's look forward to that coming in. Fantastic, it's fantastic news. Okay, so we've nearly made everything in the game except for alcohol, which can be quite an important thing to some people. But we're flattening the land over here, and we'll get on that shortly. And people are flattening it right now, so we're at 10 out of 33 flattening points for the terraforming. And a few people on that, but we've got the spare people. We've got 4 builders and 3 labourers, and the builders are... Oh, we've built it! Here we go. So we've got our caravan stables, and they take donkeys, and I thought this might be the case. Relocate 1 mule to another stables, and current and maximum number of routes. Okay. Oh wow, look at all this stuff. All food, materials, logs, stone. So we can select different things. So what if we select hides? Ah, it looks like we can relocate stuff. So this might take a little bit of working out, but do you remember how I said we've got like a whole ton of hides here? Oh, we could potentially create, for example, yeah, it would make sense to relocate more hides over to this barn next to the weaver's workshop where they're being used, so that would make it more efficient. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so let's see if we can do that, because it's the hides we've got the most of. So relocate hides from here over to here. New transport route created. 2,191. Which is there. Yes, it's worked. Oh, that's fantastic. Ah, good. Oh, and do you remember we had loads of logs down here? We could relocate those over to... We could have relocated those all over to here. So what you can do is set transport routes so that everything collected in can then be rerouted. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, that's well worth doing. And certainly something I think that you need in a game called Ostriv. If any of you have ever heard of that, because the granaries don't quite work very well, but it's still in alpha testing and still being worked on. So okay, worth knowing. Oh, here we go. Here's our leveled land. Wow, look at that. It's kind of like a bowling green now. Let's lay down our next building, and that's going to be our brewery, which is here. A tavern. There we go. Perfect fit. We'll have our tavern next to our chickens, and we'll get building that. It'll be interesting to see what materials you need for that once it's built. For example, do we need to supply it with beer, or will it just supply itself with beer, or will we need to like give it wheat that can then be brewed? I'm not really sure. So it'll be really interesting to test the functionality of that building. Oh, and we need to hire someone in the caravan stables, so we'll do that. Okay, cool. So we're relocating all our hides over here, and that'll be much more useful for our weaver's workshop. And we could do other relocating. So that could really help you fine-tune your village. especially if you've got like different areas across the island as well. So you could have different zones. You could have like somewhere way across the island over here where there's nothing else, where you just do hunting and stuff, and then have like a caravan relocating all the materials into a more central area where you can distribute over to your people. Oh, and we're in spring, and we've just started in spring, so let's activate all our fields, and we'll reduce our builders down to 2 and everyone in the mines down to 1 in each mine. We're keeping 2 each in the blast furnace, aren't we? We've got 1 new person now in the caravan sort of place. We've probably got enough. We can take 1 person off the windmill, and we can put people in farms now. So let's get you in full farms, full orchard, people in gathering huts. We've got 8 hunters, but our meat's getting pretty low, and we've only got 5 out of 6 fish. So we really need more people. So let's lay down another house. We need more people for food production. Let's get rid of the mill worker, increase the fish production, get rid of a couple of hunters and increase the gathering. And we're going to have to think about the hunting situation around here. So we've got 2 hunters kind of in the same area, so we can just get rid of this hunter. So we've deactivated that locally. Current and maximum amount of people in the building. So we're decommissioning that building, and we're just going with this one. Or maybe we should just decommission this one and go with this one because it's further out. We'll do that. Maybe even have 3 people going out there because it's further out. We've got a hunting cabin up here somewhere. There it is. That's in a similar location to the other one. So let's have 3 people in that one and go 2 people in this one. Here we go. So let's see what those 6 hunters do now that we've sort of shimmied them around a bit. Hire someone in the apiary to collect in that honey. And we've got enough ore for now, 467, and we've got 215 clay, so let's get rid of the 2 workers there. Hire a builder. Nearly there. Could do with a couple more gatherers, so we'll employ them. And we're testing out the Weaver's Workshop, aren't we, with the warm clothing. We haven't seen any warm clothing go into stock yet, but we will. And we've got people in the bakery. Is the bakery very active? We're not quite getting eggs into the bakery for some reason, but we're hoarding 999 eggs there. I'm just not sure what's stopping the eggs from getting into the general population. So let's put our bakery onto bread for now, while we work out that problem. It's possibly not enough labourers, because the workers there should be doing enough. And actually there's no food or water in the coop either, so I'm a bit worried about the coop. Let's but they've got full workers, haven't they? Can we add anyone else on? So current and maximum amount of people in the building. Current and maximum amount of people in the building. Not sure, but we've got some water going back in, and the water's next door, so it shouldn't be an issue. And we've got plenty of oats in stock, and in fact that might be something we can do with our caravan. Where are all the oats? Are they over in this barn? Ah, right. The oats are quite far away, so let's get a trade route or a distribution route for moving our oats closer to the chicken coop. So oats are there. We want to move them from here over to this barn because it's closer. And let's see if that's done. Yes. Do we need another person? I think we need to complete the first trade route and then it'll do the second one. Ah. No, I've selected the wrong barn. Hang on, let's do that again. So, bear with me, because this is new. So the oats are actually in here, aren't they? And they're going over to here. Brilliant, yeah, and it's recognised as 1100 oats there, and it's going to move them along after it's moved the hides over to the weaver's hut. well, the barn nearer the weaver's hut anyway. So yeah, we've got 121 hides here now, which will help the weaver. And the weaver's just going to wait for the wool, but I've just seen we've got in stock 2 warm clothes, so that's fantastic. So we've done that, we've ticked that box, we've had the wool in stock. Now the only thing we're left to produce is the alcohol, and then a few more. Oh, chicken starved to death. Yeah, I was saying that, wasn't I? We're running out of oats, but we're going to sort that problem out. In fact, that's a bit more urgent, so let's cancel the other trade route and we'll get moving some stuff over. So that's going to help us. And I think, I mean, it looks like there's donkeys there. So I wonder if creating the donkey farm will feed the caravan stables a bit more. Yeah, it just says confirmation in our text box down here that we're creating and removing transport routes. So that's good. Delivering all our logs to the tavern. Looking forward to seeing how the tavern works and what sort of goods and resources are needed. And I think actually one of the reasons that we might not be able to get all the eggs out of there is that the workers are focusing too much on getting the food and the water in, but it's so far away that they're spending all their time on that and maybe not necessarily on taking the eggs out of the chicken coop. But here we go, we've got loads of oats and they're a lot closer to the chicken coop now, so that should work a bit better. A bit of tweaking and fixing in this game as the village grows and expands. We didn't quite have that problem before with the oats, did we? 1100 eggs. I think what we'll do is cull a few chickens. Let's take them right down and just get on top of this situation, so we can just get back on top of getting all the eggs out, getting all the meat out. So we're going to take them right down to like 5 or 10 or something like that. And just loads of button clicks and get in there. 10, 5, there we go. We're down to 5 chickens, so you can stockpile your water and your oats and get the eggs out of there and start again. And we're getting there for our tavern. Cool, we need 390 stone, 290 ore. We've got the ore, but not the stone, so let's employ someone else at the stone quarry. Although we don't have anyone to... don't have any people left for labouring, but at least we're on full food production. Yeah, let's take someone off the stone quarry and just leave them on labouring. How many sheep have we got? Oh, we've got 7 sheep now, 13 wool, so the wool's going to start coming in thick and fast, and they're going to use more and more hay. And we've got our pasture up here that's... has it been built? Oh, nearly. We're building that pasture, so 8 out of 13 build points, that's looking good. And we're sort of rerouting goods now around the village, which is a great thing to be able to do. In fact, we've done it all with all the oats. There we go, all the oats have been relocated, and that was very quick. What else should we do now? Let's move keep moving the leather over. So from this barn down to this barn here. So I'm pretty happy with that. If only we could do... oh, I wonder if it works on actual buildings. So let's get rid of the oats, that's done. Let's not bother with the leather for now. Let's just see if we can get a transport route for eggs. Eggs from here, from the chicken coop. Down to the barn? Does that work? No, it's just from one barn to another, so that's interesting to know as well. And a bit of a shame, really. But I'm pretty sure that the eggs will start flowing out of there soon. Okay, so let's check out what else we need to build. We've got... I mean, we've built a lot of the stuff, but it feels like things keep becoming available to build that we haven't quite seen before or realised we could build. So we've built everything on this tab now, once the tavern's been built. And that's the municipal buildings tab. But if we go into castle structures, there's still quite a lot to build. So there's something about building a keep to do with researching technology, which sounds very interesting. There's a donkey farm here, which I'm not sure what that's going to do, but it may help with our trade routes that we've just done with our caravan stables. But who knows? The accountant's house was built, and that just gave us a load of graphs. And there's a market there. We know what the market will do. Castle Smithy's making all our steel stuff, and if we have a look at what we've got in stock, we've got 39 steel tools, which is amazing, and I'm really happy with that. And in fact the blast furnace is slowing down, but no, it's still working. Yep, we're just using the ore and the charcoal, so let's keep making the steel tools and build an excess of those, because we are hiring quite a lot of people to make them, so we get a real excess, we can maybe bump them off and put them onto other things before long. 6 warm clothes, so that's building, and we've got 15 wool in stock, so that whole production line's really up and running. We just need to get our cows going again. We've got 8 out of 13 build points, but no builder. Let's hire a builder, see if we can get that finished. We don't have a huge number of logs, so let's just focus on planting there for a while. Could hire someone here to do some planting, like just planting, and then the other one to do planting and cutting. That could be an option. Oh, we just got another adult, so that's fantastic. I do think we need to build some more housing because we're just ever so slightly short of workers, so let's build another big house here. Oh, we could build it next to the tavern and call that in like a new development or something. A bit further away, so they've got a bit of room in between, so if there's a fire or anything. In fact, there, you see that red overlap? If we build it far away, there we go, like for example there, just as a test, that's definitely far enough away to never catch light if there is a fire. Because we're on the edge of the village there, and that's where the raiders kind of attacked first, didn't it? So we're looking good on our summer growing. We're harvesting this field already, and that's our oats. And that'll bring us up to about 1,500 oats, which is good. And then our potatoes, they're definitely needed. Oh, and look, the snowflake buttons appeared, so let's harvest everything like they recommend. And we're already harvesting these things, so there we go, we've put everyone on harvesting, and that should give us enough time to bring the crop in. And we're in the fall of year 21. Still not got any eggs coming in, but we did have 1,100 eggs at one point. Oh, there we go, they've just come in, so we've got 26 eggs. And actually, if I notice, the meat's gone down. It was at like 200 or 300, and now it's down to 7. So I think it took the meat to go down to almost 0 for us to then start bringing the eggs in. So the eggs are the secondary concern. So that's interesting as well. We're learning. So every time we cull a whole load of chickens, that meat takes priority over the eggs. Let's bring our apiary in. We're not making any more honey. Getting a few more people on labouring now. And actually, if you have a look at our meat, we're up to over 1,100, so we've really brought that back. So that was a good move. Just sort of reducing the number, having a think strategically about where they are, and happy days. Pretty pleased with that move. Okay, we've got a cow. Look. Oh, and we've got some milk. Fantastic. A bit confused now with about like what we need in terms of workers. We've not got any food there for our cows, so let's employ someone there. So we've got a total of 9 people needed in the pastures. But because we've only got like 1 cow and a few, we don't have many sheep, although they are building up. Let's kill a few sheep. You get 4 meat for each sheep. Let's kill some more sheep and bring them down to like 5. Oh wow, we've got 68 wool now. How much wool do you get for each sheep then? You get 10 wool for each sheep. You get 4 meat. And well, let's maintain that level nice and low. I wish you could set limits. Oh, you can. Ah, right. Why don't we set the sheep limit to like 10 for now? There we go. Oh, and let's set we've got the chicken limit at 10. So let's up that limit to 20. Oh, brilliant. Okay, I'm happy with this now. And let's set our cow limit to 20 as well. Or 15. Okay, so it's, hang on. What I'm seeing here is the same figure. So I've just set that to 25, and if we go over here, that's at 25 as well. Okay, so it's just one limit for all animals. So let's set the overall animal limit to 50, because we don't want to restrict that too much. I'm wondering if once the chickens take over, they'll take all the limits. So actually, if we do the limit at 85, that means it gives, once the chickens are full at 75, it gives the other animals a chance to have like 10, 5 of each maybe. Or should we increase that a bit more? We'll just do 90 for now and see how that goes. See how the animal limit's distributed. But it's something. It would be better if there were individual limits on each location, not an overall animal limit. But good to know. For example, if you've only got a coop and nothing else, you can just set... Oh no, our cow starved to death. We've not got much luck with the cows. And we did hire someone. We did. Oh well. And look, oh well, there's some animals going in there anyway. I don't think we're having much luck with cows, but we're doing very well with the sheep. And we'll keep the extra people employed. It's just water and hay that's needed. Chicken died in an animal attack. We've got a hunter nearby. Oh look, go on then. Let's take out this bear. Let's go into your body, Melissa. It's been a while since we've gone hunting, but we'll just there we go. We'll shoot that bear, and it'll die once the speed goes back on. There we go. Oh, it's a wolf in the actual animal pen. Should we see if a hunter takes it out? I'd like to think that a hunter would take it out. Let's just kill it anyway. Let's go into you. Go with your bow and arrow. There we go, mister. You're dead once time speeds up again. Let's watch this. There we go. Chickens are saved. And we're building our tavern. So 1 out of 60 build points. So it's a big old building. And we're delivering items to our house, which we need, but we're going to have extra people to feed as well as putting on production. But that's cool. We've got 400 eggs. Let's unlock those for our people. We've got 900 meat, which is much improved on the... Oh. Okay. This is an interesting one. So the limit I set on the animals is also applying to the orchard. Oh dear. So that... I mean, you know, we don't want a limit of 100 on the orchard, we need thousands, so we are going to have to up that. So we didn't find the limit that we thought we found. We'll just up that to 13,000 or something. Sheep died in an animal attack, but we've got plenty more. Oh god, we've only got 2 left. Okay, so let's pause time. Let's go into this person and see if we can kill this. There he is. You're to blame. We'll kill you before you kill any more sheep. I think that might be the thing to do. Build up your levels so you've got more than 1 of each, of which we've only got 1 sheep now. Let's hope they multiply. And then if you see... Cool, we just had 3 sheep die there. There was a wolf that got into... Oh, pause the game. Was that another... Yeah, there's another animal attack coming in. So let's go into you, Mr. Miller, and let's see if we can kill you before you get our sheep. There we go. Hopefully that'll do it. Nope, he killed our sheep just before we killed him. How tragic. Oh well, we've experimented with how that works. And it's a bit of a conundrum really, how you keep the cattle, like, ultimately safe. I think I've got an idea though, because there is, in this castle feature, a castle wall, castle gate, stone tower, watchtower. So I've got a feeling that we would ultimately put our animals inside the castle gates and keep them safe that way. So we'll probably save up our animals for that and just go back to the old methods of production. Although the sheep were probably helping with our meat production, so that's interesting. Just shows you the need for protection for the walls. Wonder if we could build a few walls around here. This could be a good area for a castle. It would be... they take so much in terms of resources. 80 stone and 15 wood. And I've just noticed we've got a problem with firewood. We've got a real shortage. Lots of hay. we've run out of all the other resources because we're growing so much stuff. Because we've been making so much stuff. Let's go back onto vegetable pie production, and let's lock those eggs for the vegetable pies, and we'll get that expedition up and running once we've got those vegetable pies made. And lots more eggs to come out of the chicken farm. And look, we're nearly making our tavern. We're at 14 out of 60 build points. And we're trying out the animals, but they're ultimately dying. Because the wild animals get attracted to them. And even though we killed one animal hunting them, another one came in and finished them off. So it's a good idea probably to keep your stock up as high as possible with the sheep and the cows instead of culling them. The chickens seem to survive quite well, and we do have we've got a hunting lodge right near them, somewhere around. There it is, hunting cabin through there. So we're getting through it. What are we building up here? The house, the tavern. And I just want to explore what else we need to make as well. And if we just, while I realise we take off all our... Oh god, we've just gone through a winter while I've been talking and not used our farmers for anything, but that's fine. They're all ready now to roll. So we're in spring. We can have fewer people on the pastures because we've got no animals left apart from the chickens, so let's employ 3 people with the chickens. And that gives us 4 labourers, so we'll put 1 builder on. In fact, let's go more builders so we can get that tavern built. 4 builders, 1 labourer, and we've got everyone on hunting and gathering. So we'd normally take them off and gather a load of materials in the winter, but we kind of missed it. Here we go. Get this expedition ready. We've got 2 vegetable pies already, so that makes 4, so we just need another 16. Fascinated about this tavern. Don't know what it's going to look like. Building up the stories. I think the second story is going on. And we'll get our forester on chopping again. He's planted a whole load of trees, which is great. And that'll bring in our log production. We've got someone in the stone quarry. We could do with someone on the ore mine and someone on the clay mine, so we'll do that to maintain production. We've got 52 tools, but we're a bit short on clothing, and we have run out of the warm clothing materials. That was a great experiment, but let's go back on normal clothing now. And we've moved all the leather over here. Oh, we moved a bit of leather. We can move some more. So we've got our caravan unit over here, caravan stables, and we're gonna... Where's all the leather? Not in that one, but up here. That one. That's the one. We'll move our leather from here down to here. So that'll be good for our weaver's workshop. Stove... Oh god, stove reserves are low. Let's get some logs in. Right, 209 logs. Let's get everyone on labouring, and let's get those logs in. Let's get everyone off gathering and just focus on the logs for now. And we're even out of charcoal, so we ripped through it pretty quick once we... So let's pause this house building, because that's taking all the logs, and we've just gone from one big building onto another, and we'll just get our logs back up. So already we've got 50, 60, loads of clothes, so that's reducing the need for logs. We're in spring, so that's further reducing the need for firewood. And there we go, we're getting back on top. So 109 logs, and that'll soon start filtering through to our wood choppers, which will increase by 1. We'll get our couple of builders back on. There we go, there's the firewood going back in. And we're maintaining our meat. We've got loads of eggs, loads of vegetables, and even a few pies for future generations. And we're maintaining our flour and our wheat supplies. So that's looking very good. This year we're growing more grass for the animals, potatoes, oats and potatoes. I mean, we could potentially just stop that field because we've got 1,500 hay anyway, so we probably don't need that additional hay. So that will reduce the workers that we need there, which will be good. And let's go back on full gatherers. And we've got 2 labourers and 2 builders, and one each in the mine, so that's good. And we're maintaining production very nicely in our expanding village. Can't quite work out the animals. Oh, I thought I saw an animal in there, but that's just a boar. I thought maybe the sheep had respawned somehow. I mean, we may as well destroy that pasture, as it's not regenerating, it's not doing anything. And also we'll destroy the pasture up here because our cow died. I think our sheep pasture here was the most effective because it lasted for quite a while and produced quite a few sheep, but it did eventually succumb. So we'll try this thing with the walls and build a small pasture within walls and maybe with a gate, if that's even possible. And that might be ultimately our way of dealing with it. So we would need a lot of walls and a hell of a lot of stone. So we'll need to wait until we've got our house and more people and we can increase production on our building materials. So that'll be a long-term plan. Really interested about the keep. What does the keep look like when it's put down? Oh, wow. Oh, it's a massive structure. We would have to put it out here somewhere, wouldn't we? So we can build around it. Maybe over here? Maybe there? Out to the side looks a bit flat. Oh, no, looks quite rocky actually over here. That's quite rocky, so maybe over here is a bit flatter. It's difficult to tell from the map. There's an area there where we could put the keep. So that will take 800 stone, 200 ore, 450 wood and 350 clay. We'll save up for that one because the 800 stone will take quite a while. Hire someone in the apiary for the honey. Look at our chickens building back up. But we've taken all the eggs out now, so that's good. Let's kill a few more. Keep the numbers down. 15. 15's enough for now. And we're at 54 out of 60 build points on our tavern. I'm hiring another builder, and let's watch this get completed. This is going to be an incredible building. Pretty much looking forward to this one being built. It's brand new, haven't seen it before, but it's a big structure and we levelled a huge amount of ground to make it work as well. We'll have a house next door to be able to supply a few customers once we've rebuilt our building supplies up, which is happening. We've got over 358 wood now in terms of logs, and we've got 143 firewood, which is fantastic. That's built up again, and we've even got a bit of clay, stone and ore coming in. Here we go, it's built. Look at that, wow, it's a huge structure. I love the balcony just here. I think that's going to be like, you'd want a couple of tables out there, wouldn't you? And there's a balcony up here at the top, just there, and down there. So I'm not sure if that's for drinking or for where people are like going to stay. Around the side here, we've got an entranceway. So not sure what goes in there. Maybe just different ways of getting inside, but this is the main entrance. Hopefully people can get up there. Don't know if you need to build a path or anything, but they should be able to get up there, shouldn't they? Because our builder's good. Oh, and look, so it's this is what you need to make alcohol. It does, so it makes alcohol. Okay, we need oats, we need water, and we need grain. Oh my god, oats and grain. Oh, amazing. Let's hire someone there. Just keep one builder on, one labourer, and we're hiring someone at the tavern to make some booze. Oh, that's fantastic. I wonder if you could just go in there and have a drink. Got an innkeeper. Yeah, you must be able to go in and have a drink. Okay, we're going to make our people very happy anyway with the inn. Clay digger Elsa has died of old age. It's pretty bad times. Where's our crypt then? Anyone in there? Still no one in our crypt, so if given the chance again I wouldn't build that. We've got our second sawmill there, which is coming in really handy for when we have firewood emergencies. It's good to have two of them, I think. We haven't had that many firewood emergencies, but two I think that I count. But it's come in handy. And we need to build up our ore reserves. So when we go into the next winter, we're just gonna go collect loads of materials and hopefully hire people in the mines and stuff. We've got 47 clothes and 53 steel tools, which is incredible. So I'm really happy with that. Really happy with how the furnace is working, the blast furnace and the castle smithy. But it does look like the castle smithy is a bit idle sometimes. So I wonder what's holding up the furnace. It'll be charcoal. They're burning through charcoal, aren't they? Have we got both our charcoal kilns on the go? No, we don't. So we'll hire a kilner, and we'll hire a kiln worker. I don't think either of them were working. But the steel tools seem to last so long that it takes a while for the supply to go. But now we've got lots of firewood, we can hire those kiln workers once again, because we did have quite a glut of charcoal, didn't we? And there we go, charcoal's rolling in pretty quick again. Lots of vegetables, so we're harvesting some of these fields. We've got oats coming in, which we now need for our chickens, and our alcohol, which we have in stock. We've got alcohol, people. We're up to 7 barrels, but they're going quickly. Once people have realised that the booze is coming in, they're going for it. And in fact, if we look at our accountant's house and see who's consuming the alcohol, well, the green is where they're making it, and the red is where it's being consumed. So it hasn't arrived at its location yet. That'd be funny to see. It'll be even funnier if it's just like one household, or better if it's just a mix between everyone. That's nearly been deconstructed, that pasture that we keep losing. Maybe I'll have a look at how to... There may be a thing where you can like assign a hunter or something, but I'm not sure. If you've got any suggestions about how to keep the animals alive, let me know. Chickens we're doing well with, but almost managed with the sheep, but not quite, and the cows are a disaster. So that'll be good to know. But I'll see if I can have a look as well. Plenty of flour left, but could do with someone on the mill. We're running out of people because we're in full summer production for food, and we're collecting in our potato harvest in 2 fields. That's coming in, and we're bringing in our hay harvest, which we could build up for our cattle. So we're bringing that in, and we've already bought in our oats harvest, so we can take the people off that field and deactivate it. So we can reduce that worker down. So we've got a labourer, and we've got a building that's almost full. Let's have a look. So what we could do is relocate some of this stuff, but I don't think there's any need. Could relocate some firewood, so it's more central in the village. That would be an option. Could relocate some eggs, so that they're near a barn next to the bakery, but I don't think that's necessarily needed. But there's a lot of fine tuning you could do. I mean, you could have a barn next to every production building, and then or a warehouse, but mainly the barn. So you can have a warehouse next to each of your pastures, or a barn next to each of your production buildings, like your tavern or your bakery, and then you could relocate goods using your caravan. So that would be interesting. And it would be good if you could set up like permanent trade routes as well, so you didn't have to keep issuing the trade routes. So if you wanted to do a lot of micromanaging in this game, you can, and the functionality is there, which is quite in depth really. I hadn't necessarily expected that to be a thing. Oh, and look, we've got everything we need for our expedition, so that'll be going off soon. Let's hire a couple of builders to get that done. And that's been a long time coming, I know. Pretty happy with our tavern over here. So let's take the house off pause and get that one going. And I just want to have a decision on the next item we're building. So I think a market would be interesting. So would a donkey farm. Not sure what the castle barn does. Oh, I wonder if that takes animals. I think that might be the one to try. Let's try out the castle barn next. Should we put it next to the stables here? That might make sense. And it's out. Yeah, let's see. We'll build it anyway, just there, and see what it does. Not sure if location's important, if we should have built it closer into the village or not. But the barn should help. I've got no idea what it's going to do. I don't know if that's going to be for storage of goods or animals or what. So that'll be interesting to see. Our expedition's begun. We've just got that note in the bottom left-hand corner. It'll be interesting to see what sort of crop it brings back next. It's going to be due in the summer, and we're currently in the fall. And we've certainly been harvesting everything in. We've got the all the apples harvested, which we didn't have much of an apple year. So actually, all of these potatoes are being bought in, and these potatoes are still being harvested. So that was a bigger field for some reason. 770, and this is 819. But they're coming in as well, and we might not get all of those in. And we've got 4 labourers and 2 builders. So we're going to get our labourers on bringing in loads of stone, because we certainly need stone. Is there any out here? Not any that we're seeing. We've harvested so many things out here. Wow. Is there going to be some all the way over here? Yep, 314 stone there. Let's do it. Let's bring that in. We've got 4 labourers to do it, and I think that's a fantastic place to pause for this episode. And when we come back, we're going to be building the castle barn, and I'm really interested to see what that happens, what that does really. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.